Congratulations on your nomination, Best Supporting Performance in a Motion Picture for What Comes Next. Now, Liz, she goes on an emotional, traumatic journey over the course of the film. How did playing this character and what she went through challenge you as an actor?
Well, I think it's definitely a very real and human character, as a lot of the characters in this film are, which was very interesting to kind of play a role that was out of my comfort zone and kind of a little bit different from my kind of life and what I've been through. And so, it was definitely a little bit difficult, just kind of putting my emotions and putting her emotions and kind of putting them together. But I had a lot of fun with it.
And you worked with Allison Thornton, who is also nominated, but not here tonight. But tell me about working with Allison and building that sister relationship that you share.
Oh my gosh, Allison is fantastic. She was very comforting all throughout set, like just instantly connected with her. She's very easy to talk to. And through some of the challenging scenes, actually, she helped me quite a bit because that was my first acting role I've ever done, and she was much more experienced than I was. And so, definitely her comfortability she created around her and her kindness and just professionality. She's a very good person to work with, so
Hopefully you get to work with her again in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's talk about your director. There's 6 nominations for the movie tonight. Alex Caulfield, what was it like working with them and their vision for this intergenerational story?
Oh my gosh, Alex has just been fantastic, a very close person in my life for the past 3-4 years. And they're very creative. I think that they understand people, which is one of the most important things I think a director needs to do and a person needs to do to kind of create art and to create art that connects to a broader audience. So they're very understanding, very thoughtful, very communicative, and very, very patient, which I think was very impressive.
Especially as someone like new to film sets, as you are. This is your debut feature, I think only like your second film credit.
Yes.
What kinds of projects or genres would you love to be a part of in the future?
Oh, that is such a good question. I would love to play a comedy. I think that I would also love to write a comedy. I am very much a writer, so I think that I'm open to anything, honestly. There's nothing that specifically calls to me, honestly. I think that what I do want to play is people who are different from me or people who are far from my life or close to my life, just basically anything that has a very human emotion and human characteristics to them.
And it's always fun to be up for a bit of a challenge as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. You are no stranger to Vancouver. You filmed a number of projects here over the years: Meditation Park, Kung Fu, Once Upon a Time, Watson. How special is it for you to be here tonight to celebrate the Vancouver film community?
Vancouver has always been my home, away from home. And now it's permanent home. So I'm very proud of this particular event, Leo Awards, to celebrate, the wonderful Canadian talent that we have in Vancouver. And we're going to start to make a lot of changes because Vancouver has a lot of productions, as you know, and usually the people who are hired here, the actors in particular, are considered it's a day player town. And we're going to change that because I think the reason why it has that moniker as a day player town is because that's the only thing available for the local talent, right? So we're going to try to create projects that they are no longer just day players. They are going to be principal players. And we're going to continue to expand that to globally speaking, with productions that are going to come to Vancouver. They are not going to just do production here. We're going to have people hired, local hired actors as principal performers.
Amazing. And speaking of that, you can next be seen in the reboot of Charlie Chan. You'll be starring in and executive producing. So what can you tell me about your version of the famed detective and where you are in this development process?
Okay. Very excitingly, it's progressing quickly, which I'm very happy about. And Charlie Chan, for some of you, probably most of you don't know anything about that series. It's a series on a quote-unquote Chinese American detective who was played by a white actor, and in yellowface, no less, with pullback eyes and taped eyelids. So we think that it's time for us to reclaim that character for us, and we are kind of making him a local detective. He is going to be a local PI, and what's wonderful about how we're envisioning this particular series and character is that he's not out there looking for work. It's the RCMP they are seeking him out because they can't solve these crimes. So they really need someone else, quote unquote, from the outside to come in to help. And he's also a retired RCMP officer. So I think we are beginning to formulate something that we are not only, showing that, what this detective can do, but he's also being seeked out.
And set in Vancouver, so very excited.
Set in Vancouver, yes.
Congratulations on your nominations, Best Direction, Screenwriting, and Lead Performance
Thank you very much.
Akashi. 10 nominations for the movie tonight.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's based off your grandmother's story, a conversation that you shared 15 years ago. So because of that personal element, did you face any personal pressures or doubts that you had to overcome in this journey?
Oh, absolutely. I think maybe as a woman, we all kind of go through that kind of pressure. I still go through imposter syndrome, but I had such an amazing team. So I'm really, really fortunate. And I'm glad that they're all nominated today as well.
You filmed in Japan and Canada, so what was it like filming in two different countries in order to, bring that authenticity to the story?
Extreme amount of prep and a little bit of stubbornness. I think if we were able to if we didn't stick to shooting to Japan, we may have been able to shoot sooner, but I was so adamant that we need to shoot it in Japan. So I'm so glad we got to make it happen, and it was perfect. It was kind of like my identity, like a mix of Japan and Canada, and it was really perfect.
How has your identity as a female Asian Canadian artist shaped the narratives that you want to be a part of and tell today?
I'm still searching for that. I hope that, I feel like we didn't have that kind of set as I was kind of getting into the industry. So thankfully I've met amazing people in the community, in the indie community in Vancouver. So that has sort of shaped this beautiful family-like connection, and that's kind of made the healthy, loving environment that I really was so fortunate to have. So I think keep your indie collaborators close, I think. Oh my God, I can't speak. Keep your indie collaborators close. Oh my God. Keep your indie collaborators close.
Great message you got there. And your arts collective, GoCo Creative, is partnering with Rice and Beans Theater to put on a production of Red Demon in October. What can you share about this production?
Well, it is just like all my films, it's bilingual, and so it's going to be in Japanese and Spanish and with English subtitles. So it'll be a very different experience for Canadian or Vancouverites who go to theater often. I think they'll be really pleasantly surprised, and there'll be a lot of dark humors and fun times, but also very heavy theme as well. So at the Fire Hall in October, so I'm very excited to do that. Going back to theater again is it's just so nourishing.
Congratulations on your nominations, 5 tonight across 4 categories for your acting and voice work. Now, Baron's Cove, Frankenstein the Monkey, all very dark, moody, emotionally heavy stories. How do you get into the mindset of these complex characters?
Yeah, I mean, for each role, the process is very different. Like, for example, the monkey, I had to play twins. For Frankenstein, I had to play the younger version of someone. So a lot of these processes have unique niches to them. But yeah, a lot of it's just understanding the character at a deep level, understanding the story, and really just preparing for the day.
And Gus and Sweet Tooth was around 4 years of your life. What did playing Gus and being on the set of Sweet Tooth teach you about yourself and the industry?
It really taught me commitment. Yeah, sorry. It really taught me commitment, consistency, and patience. You know, a lot of that TV show, a lot of time on TV shows is super hectic, changing sets, rewriting scenes on the spot, and a lot of it's just staying patient, remaining in your headspace, and really understanding your character at the deeper level, so you can just go to set, embody that person for the next 6 months of your life.
Yeah. Well, you were great in that role. And next up, did anybody else see that weird light last night? The End of Oak Street is in theaters August 14th.
Yes, catch in
Maisie,
theaters.
Stella, Anne Hathaway, Ewan McGregor, dinosaurs. How much fun was this to film, and how excited are you to finally share it with the world?
I am so excited. I've been waiting 2.5 years. We filmed it in 2024 in April in the beautiful city of Atlanta. It's such a thrilling movie. It's a perfect summer blockbuster. So I really have some high hopes for this movie, and I think it's definitely worth the watch.
Congratulations on your nominations this year. Last night for An Intimate Evening with Adam Pally, and then tonight Best Direction Short Drama for the After School Club. You have 5 nominations total for this movie. How proud are you of the team and what you created together?
I was already very proud of everyone, but this is kind of the cherry on top. It's nice for everyone to be recognized in their departments, and I feel like sometimes we don't get a chance to actually experience the success or like bask in it, so it's nice to just do that and amidst the busyness of everything.
We talked about this in our other interview, but you work closely with your writer Alex, who also acts in this movie. What was it like collaborating with Alex on the messaging you wanted to say through this film?
Alex and I, we talk almost every week, sometimes about life, sometimes about film, but yeah, we kind of went a couple different directions. We initially had a different script, and then we pared it down to something that was more political satire, because at the time that was something that was amusing to us, and now it's kind of not so amusing, but yeah, I just love working with them, and we're just always bouncing ideas off of each other.
Hopefully many more collaborations and projects together to come. You did say you started intimacy coordinator classes, so how have those been going, and what have you been learning that you can now bring to your own film sets?
I feel like they've been really helpful in just the framework of how people approach things and context with different things based on identity and how you're like approaching a project. So I feel like it's grounded me a little more in how to, I guess, work through more stressful moments or more intimate moments in projects, and it's been super helpful.
And you have a couple of projects in development, including Pilled and Hate Cute. So what's on the horizon, and what are you excited about for these ones?
Oh gosh, we didn't get the grant funding we wanted for Hate Cute, but I still really like that one, and I think we want to go forward with the proof of concept. Alex and I are also developing a pilot called Info Hazard right now, but we're hopefully gonna pitch that to a couple companies.
And in terms of like pitching, like what stage are you at with that? Like, do you have all the storyboards and everything, and you're just kind of fine tuning?
It's funny because we don't have storyboards yet, but we're always sharing visual references with each other, and they actually texted me today saying that the script is ready, the first draft, so I get to read it probably tomorrow, which is very exciting.
Amazing. And to be at the Leo Awards this year celebrating BC film and television, the local film community, how special is that for you?
Oh, it's amazing. I always love getting to see people that I've worked with or meet new people in the community, and I feel like the energy here is always very welcoming and exciting, so yeah, it's awesome.
Congratulations on your nomination, Best Costume Design for the After School Club. I know Tamara was really impressed with what you were able to create with such a tight budget. So tell me about what aesthetics you were going for after you read the script, and kind of, designing and procuring and bringing the school uniforms that we see in the movie to life?
Yeah, it was so exciting. When I read the script, I was like, I had all these like visions like instantly, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to do like Gossip Girl meets like Chilling Adventures of Sabrina meets Vampire Diaries, and make this like fun uniformy like vibe. So we were pitching colors instantly. So I was like, should we do emerald green? Should we do like burgundies? And then I decided to do burgundy and white, and like we just kind of just made this huge ensemble of like everybody looking in this like fashion forward vibe, which is really, really fun to do.
You frequently collaborate with artist Tia Wood on her red carpet and her stage looks. Can you tell me about the relationship you have with Tia and being able to bring her indigenous heritage and traditions to life through her looks?
Absolutely. Tia and I have such an amazing relationship. I'm so grateful to work with her at this capacity, and we've done so much together. I think last year we did Juno Awards together, and that was like the one time I got to create something on stage at this level, at this capacity, and it's so important for me and for her, of course, to bring her culture and her heritage to life. So I always collaborate with local indigenous designers, friends, and people that are in town or in Canada and outside of Canada too. We've got to a place where we're trying to outsource it to everybody. So it's nice to just bring elements in. I'll pitch an idea, and then we'll be like, okay, which designers can we bring into this conversation or into this pitch, and bring this to life. So it's been so fun to just work with her and pitch ideas, and she's an amazing artist, and it's been fun to be creative with her too, because she's open to exploring and doing things that are outside of her norm. But now we have this trust base, so I'm you're gonna look great in this, trust me, and then we'll do it, and it looks amazing. Yeah.
It's so nice to have someone to bounce ideas off of.
Absolutely.
And you listen to each other, which is important in any collaboration. I know you have a few credits on IMDb of post-production projects, so where can we next see your work?
Ooh, everywhere. I'm joking. I'm grateful to even be here tonight, and it's been nice to work on these projects that are being recognized at these capacities with award shows and whatnot. So I'm always working on stuff. I do all of the costume design, I'm styling, I do commercial work, I work with artists like Tia, and so we have a really big event coming up at the end of the month outside of BC, so really excited for that. And I'm designing a few projects right now, so I'm excited to do those too.
You star as Quinn in the After School Club. She is clever, she's a political strategist, she is not above blackmail. How much fun did you have with this character and her quest for boy number 2?
Oh my god, so much fun. I loved it. I think giving yourself permission to be a villain is amazing. And justifying it, right? Understanding where she's coming from, why she feels the way she does, and understanding her backstory to truly just indulge in character without judgment is so much fun for me. But yeah, she will go to extreme lengths to get what she wants, and I think also exploring that is really cool, because I don't know, I think that the idea of wanting something so badly that you're willing to do anything, sacrifice anything, and not really think about the consequences. That's not something I do in my personal life, so I'm I don't really understand it that well, but it's interesting to just try to embody the passion, I guess, and maybe a little bit of the pain of what it takes to want something that badly.
That was so well said, because the themes of the film really social commentary on gender perception, as well as the whole ambition and power, the consequences that might come from it, especially in young people. So when you're kind of playing into those tropes, what did you learn coming out of it? What was this overall message?
I guess for me, when I look at a character that is willing to go that far, I always wonder, what their value system is, or what they saw and learned when they were growing up, or how present their parents are in their lives. I go really deep into what they experienced as a young person, the pressure that might have been put on them, why they look at friendship in a very different way, because there's a lot of betrayal in there, and just friendship isn't really something that she prioritizes, and even when she thinks she is prioritizing it, but she's still doing something completely opposite on the other side, or so something behind someone else's back. So what does it mean to, I guess, gain loyalty, right? Like everything she's doing is to gain loyalty on every side of everything. And what does that look like for someone who maybe hasn't experienced friendship or love?
You work closely opposite Jen and Alex, who is also the writer on this film, in your scene. So what was it like to play opposite them and the dynamics they had with Quinn?
It was fun. I mean, Alex is so chill, and I mean, they wrote the film as well. They were so involved in terms of like the pre-production and just creating the story. So I feel like they were so relaxed. I was like, cool, good for you. No, which is amazing to see because you're just so, you know what you're doing. And then Jen, I love Jen. She's amazing. Oh my God, shout out Jen. But it was really cool to work opposite her because we're all different characters, and I feel like my character was just so intense. So sometimes when we were getting ready for a scene, it's also just like looking at each other and feeling that energy of like, we're kind of enemies, but I love you. So it was a weird situation because also it's very condensed and we're shooting in such a short amount of time, and so yeah, it's like a very fun experiment into being someone completely different and also trying not to feel judged for playing that character because it's not really who I am. But and working with lovely people who have great hearts, and I'm like, I am the villain of this story, so that is an interesting feeling for me to experience as well. Yeah.
Do you have any upcoming projects that you can share?
I actually can't share anything right now, but I am in pre-production for a couple of things, which are really exciting. But yeah, that's all I can say.
Hopefully news coming soon or in the future. I'm glad to hear you're busy.
Yes, yeah, really exciting. The pre-production is always like a fun time, but yeah, you can never say anything, so there's that.
Congratulations on your nomination, Best Voice Performance for an Animation Series. Now, you've been part of the Lego Ninjago family for over 10 years now. So what does this franchise and these characters mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I started playing a character named Moro back in like season 5 or season 7, and I'd done a few little things in season 1. So it was nice being a part of the family then, and it's such a super talented group of people that it's like just always challenging and fun, and all the things were in the room together. And then, I'm nominated tonight for Egalt, who's this big wise dragon, which is really cool. But I came back to the series for a voice actor named Kirby Morrow, who unfortunately passed away over COVID, and he was such a huge talent and such an amazing person. So to be tapped to come and pick up where he left off was just a huge honor, and it meant a lot to me.
So when you are in the recording booth, whether it's for Cole, Egalt, or Moro, is there anything specific you do to get into the headspace of that given character?
Well, before we start, they play some voice reps for us, and so they'll play some of the audition that we did or some of the select lines from episodes from before, and so they'll play it, and then okay, I'll get into the ego voice and I'll sort of get in there, and then it's all in the body too, the body movements and stuff. A lot of the voice actors will move their microphones away from me a little bit just because I use my arms a lot, and I've been known to sort of whack a voice actor every once in a while. So yeah, I guess just really embodying the character to like help that come through the voice that you're given.
And you and your partner Carrie created Zen Den, which is a wellness space and community. I know you just opened your physical location in April. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How special and healing has it been to create this together?
Oh, it's been unreal. I mean, we had a proof of concept in Gastown. It was like 700 square feet, and we were Canada's first sound bath and energy healing space. And now we've expanded to 10,500 square feet with yoga, Pilates, somatic movement, breathwork, sound baths, like RMT massage, acupuncture, with just everything all under one roof. And to see the community that we had before come back and be super supportive, and then just to see all the new people who have now supported our business and are finding community again in the space that we've created, it's just unreal. It's such a beautiful, beautiful feeling.
And lastly, you are not new to the Leo Awards, so how special is it to come together, every year and celebrate the Vancouver film community?
It's so good. I mean, I get to connect with everybody that I don't get to see very often, As an actor, you get to see select people on different movies or different TV series that you work on, and so you get to know those people so well, and then after it's done, you never see them again, right? You see them here and there, maybe at auditions, but now they don't even have physical auditions anymore. Everything's tape in. So to be able to come here and connect with all the familiar faces, and I don't know, it's just, it's a truly special experience.
Congratulations on your nominations tonight at the Leo Awards. Tell me a bit about the film and the messaging behind it.
Thank you very much. Holy Days is a feel-good road trip. It's a comedy, and it's set in 1974 New Zealand, and it's a bit like Little Miss Sunshine, where a group of unusual friends get forced into a road trip, and they go all the way from the North Island of New Zealand right down to the Southern Alps of New Zealand to find their fate, I guess.
That sounds very intriguing. Tell me a bit about the team behind it. Like, how proud are you of what you created together?
Yeah, super proud. I mean, this is an international co-production between New Zealand and Canada. We had all kinds of help from the New Zealand Film Commission all the way through to Telefilm and Creative BC and CBC Films, everybody here. And we had to bring two completely hardworking, fully fledged teams from both New Zealand and Canada together through the time zones, through all the craziness of having to puzzle together an entire feature film. And we've been nominated tonight in 5 categories, and including Best Director and Best Screenwriter for me, and Best Film, Best Sound Design, and Best Cinematography. Yeah, so big night.
I'm sure you're just so proud when the movie's completed, but to be recognized and nominated is like the cherry on top of this whole filmmaking journey. Now, you've been a part of the BC film industry for some time now. How special is it to be at the Leo Awards on a night like tonight and celebrate everyone's accomplishments?
Yeah, it's wonderful, and I've got to say it's always been very generous here. When I first arrived 10 years ago, I was blown away by how generous and friendly and welcoming people are in Vancouver and the BC industry. So to arrive 10 years ago with no idea that I'd be in this position, and then flash forward to 2026 and I'm nominated in these categories and at this great awards ceremony, it's kind of like life takes some fun twists sometimes.
You've also been a part of different panels, and I know you've been at different film festivals as well with your movies. So tell me about that experience for you, kind of getting to connect with audiences firsthand.
Yeah, we got into the Santa Barbara Film Festival, where it was completely sold out on Super Bowl Sunday, and we also got into TIFF, and we premiered in Canada, in Victoria, where the film was renewed, I think, for 13 weeks, just sold out. So it's taken us to those places already, and now Holy Days is going on to the UK, Ireland, Scotland, Australia, into theatres, and people are already very excited. Yeah.
Are you going to go overseas as well and be at any of those premieres or screenings?
Depends what happens. Depends how the PR goes, and what people want to talk about and who they want to see. But I would say Miriam Margolyes, our big star, is the big star, and people can't wait to get her on their breakfast shows and pair the film with her latest book release, because she's got her 3rd book release. She's a very busy lady at 85, I think. And Michelle Morris, my producer, my Canadian producer, is here as well. She's going to step in. Come this way around. This is the lady behind the Canadian side. She's also nominated tonight in the category of Best Feature Film. Yeah, yes, we are. Michelle Morris, and she is the lady who first read my screenplay. Yeah,
in 2016.
In 2016, the first person I met in the film industry. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, in 2016, it's been a long journey, but maybe challenging to get finance because it was such a joyful and delightful film. Yes, but it has been a great ride, a long ride.
What would you say is, the biggest accomplishment for you personally, seeing this film come together, all the moving parts, the heart of the team behind it?
Well, one of my most favorite things to do is sit in the front row when I'm watching the film, because I look back and I see all the smiles and the laughing people, and that's what makes it everything worthwhile.
Congratulations on your nomination, Best
you.
Performance in a Web Series for Chris in the Dressing Room.
Thanks.
What was your favorite part about playing Chris and being a part of this entertaining ensemble of Balloon Boy?
Oh, this show was so much fun. It's like all of my closest friends getting to make something together. It was very scrappy. We shot our second season in like 10 days, so it was like being at one big sleepover. Chris is so fun. He's kind of like the straight guy in the series, so I just kind of get to react to all of the funniest people that I know doing what they do around me. But yeah, season 2's nice. There's like a really beautiful love story in it, and to get to act through that was really fun.
And you are no stranger to the stage, so it must have been fun to take that experience, but also amp up the drama and chaos behind the scenes for show.
Absolutely. I think the best thing about our show is it is a bunch of stage actors, and so we're all pulling from our real stories, and we all have the actual experience that what the characters in the show are going through. So it's fun to kind of infuse that side of my life into film. I'd really never get to do that.
You wrote and directed your Asian queer short film, Ramen Boys. What did you learn about yourself as a filmmaker through that journey?
Oh, the filmmaking is so hard. I applaud every filmmaker that I know that's doing it and actually making the thing, because that's really the hardest thing. I learned a lot. I learned that there are so many people in the community who want to help you and want to make your thing great, and so I think that's the thing I walked away with was Vancouver's incredible. Our indie community is so welcoming and vibrant, and if you ever want to make a thing, you just gotta ask around.
It was such a cute film. I wish it were as easy as throwing my slipper off a second floor balcony at my
Wouldn't
crush
it be nice?
and having a happy ending. But one can dream. You have a couple of projects upcoming, another short film you directed in Finding Me, and a part in The Best Is Yet to Come. So what can you share about these upcoming projects?
The Best Is Yet to Come is going to be an excellent film. It's Matthew Broderick and Alan Ruck, and it's 40 years after they were in Ferris Bueller's Day Off together. So it's an incredible anniversary for them. They're celebrating it this year. And to get to work with Matthew and act opposite him was like a dream come true. We had a lot of fun. We improv'd a lot together, and it's going to be a really beautiful film. And then Finding Me, I directed, and hopefully that'll be playing the circuit next year. But it's a great story about love and the tumult of finding love. So look for that, yeah.
Your father, Donnie, is a seasoned actor, and now you and your brother, Orlando, are following in his footsteps. How special has it been to come from a creative family in the industry?
Oh my goodness, so special. I mean, even just growing up around like the biggest personalities, I think me and my brother we are very loud, very obnoxious, very outgoing, and that's all because of who we grew up around. And I'm so blessed that I did get to grow up around that, because I feel like we were just born to be entertainers, and I'm like so blessed to even be here standing amongst all of these people too, just legends in this room right now.
You can next be seen as Danielle in Camp Rock 3.
Yes!
So exciting. What details can you share about your character and how she fits into this new story?
She is very interesting. I can't say too much, but definitely a comedic relief. I will say that I got to act alongside my brother as well, which was amazing. Our characters kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, the movie is just filled with music, amazing dancing, just costumes, the set, everything was amazing. And I grew up watching Camp Rock, so it's an honor to be in Camp Rock 3.
Tell me a bit about the cast relationship. You filmed this last fall. You went to a Jonas Brothers concert together. So tell me about how you bonded so quickly and your relationship to this day.
Well, yeah, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, the cast was like family, but we genuinely mean that. Like, I'm seeing them tomorrow. I'm flying over to LA to stay with them tomorrow. We are so close. We've stayed in contact the entire time. Just like we are bonded for life now, just like absolute family. And we all got along so well. I was one of the older ones on the set. There were like 13-year-olds, and like I'm like 23. I'm like, oh, but they were so mature, and like they made me feel young again. I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm like, it was really nice. The dynamic was just amazing.
It's so nice to hear. I hope you have fun in LA. And you filmed a lot of TikToks together. So I want to talk about social media. You're quite active on TikTok and Instagram. So tell me about your love for these platforms and then a message to your fans who continue to follow what you do.
Well, I wouldn't be where I am. Can I look in the camera and talk to them?
Yeah.
Awesome. I wouldn't be where I am without any of you guys. Honestly, like, it's just a blessing to be able to inspire and encourage. Even like seeing everyone's DMs and messages, like, I honestly rarely get hate, and I'm shocked because I'm annoying. But like, genuinely, I'm like blessed to have that platform where I can connect with like people from all around the world.
You come from a performing family. Your dad is a seasoned actor. You and your sister are both following in his footsteps. How special and inspiring has it been to, you know, grow up with this creativity around?
It's honestly been great. It's such a different kind of environment being surrounded with a bunch of family members who all do the same thing as you. It makes it so much easier to kind of get things done when you have kind of a team full of creatives. My dad helps with all of our auditions, and then my mom makes sure we send them in on time, and then my sister also helps read with me as well. So it's honestly been great. Like, I love what I do, and I love what we all do, and we all work so well together. So yeah.
And you have an extensive dance background. You trained. You were in New Zealand for a period of time. I mean, how much of a learning experience was that for you that you can now take back into the Vancouver film industry and your current projects?
It's cool. It's like, I mean, New Zealand's on the opposite side of the planet, right? And that was the first time I had actually moved out from where I lived since I grew up. And so it was really cool to kind of be surrounded with a completely new environment with people who think differently, like act differently, dance differently, and it all just helped inspire kind of versatility in what I like to do. And it was a great learning experience. It was my first time away from home, and not only did I just leave home, but I went to the other side of the planet. So yeah, it was great. It was a really good kind of wake-up call, helped me mature a lot faster, and yeah, it was great.
You can next be seen in Camp Rock 3 as Daniel.
Yep.
What details can you share about your character and how he fits into the story?
Can't say anything, but I will say, I mean, I don't want to jump on what she said, but it's a lot of fun. I feel like people are going to watch this movie and they're going to really be taken back to the original Camp Rock movies, and also just the group, everyone being together, just so fun. And we had as much fun on set as it looks like on camera. So what I hope people take away is good dance moves and even better singing.
And lastly, you're also quite active on social media, like your sister. Tell me about using TikTok and Instagram and how much fun you have with these platforms and connecting with fans and audiences.
Great. First of all, I want to apologize to my fans. I've been very inconsistent with posting lately, but it's been great. Like, I've loved to use TikTok and other social medias as a launch pad to what I've always wanted to kind of do in life, and I definitely wouldn't have booked Camp Rock. I wouldn't have had the confidence that I have now if it wasn't for all the people who are not even in my background, but in my foreground, just uplifting me. And it's honestly been great. I'm gonna continue to do it. It's a hobby at this point. It's not even work. It's a lot of fun, and I love all the support that I get from you guys and just from everything that it's like led to. Yeah.